Okay guys, Will the Aspie here. So, I'm making this video a little differently because um, my phone, the microphone pretty much died on my phone, which is like 4 or 5 years old anyways, but I don't really care, so oh well. But I guess the title of this video is going to be called The Truth or Flaws About the Internet. Let's just say the flaws of the internet. Okay, so you're obviously on the internet right now and you're watching this video. But the truth is, the internet is a flawed system. Okay, the internet is basically a loner's paradise, and I say a loner's paradise because everyone that's a loner uses the internet, and if they don't, they're just a total, living under a rock or some crap. But okay, so let's start with an example. So, a 12-year-old boy, okay, 12 years old, not even a teenager yet, he can pick up his phone that his mother bought him for Christmas, or his tablet, and he can search porn. All he has to type is porn, and that's it. He's addicted for years, or maybe even his whole life. That's really extreme, but um, so pornography, the use of pornography is not limited to anyone that's just over 18. People that are, adolescents or prepubescent kids can watch porn and get addicted to it. And that's the harsh truth of the internet, okay? And I have reason to believe that they want you to watch it at a young age because they want you to get addicted. They want you to get addicted to their industry, okay? So, YouTube, same thing. You watch YouTube when you're really young. You can watch YouTube when you're like a 5-year-old nowadays because your parents, will make you watch videos on there, cat videos or whatever. But if you're a YouTube addict, you're constantly checking YouTube, okay? You're constantly checking, your subscriptions, whether they have videos out or whatnot. Um, but watching YouTube in itself isn't bad, but you're exposed to a lot of information and, images. And some of it might change your viewpoint. Some of it might, change you, or how you feel about things. So YouTube is an, entertainment website. It's for viewers' entertainment, and it's not as bad as, porn, because porn is a very bad problem. At first, porn users don't really feel like it's a problem. They don't really feel like it's an addiction or, bad at all. They don't feel like it's bad to watch porn. They just think it's, a habit. But the reality of it is, porn is really bad for you. It it will it'll do the same thing that a drug does to you, with dopamine. So basically, if from years and years of those dopamine releases, you'll be basically numbed down, and you'll need more and more of the the porn to make you feel better or make you feel the same. So that's why people turn to hardcore porn after maybe a year or two of watching it. Some people never turn to the hardcore crap, but anyways, on to the point, okay? So the internet really isn't your friend. So if you think of life, you know, you go outside, you see trees, grass, plants, birds. But when you're inside, you don't see any of that. All you see is walls, a screen, you know, stuff like that. And the reality is, the internet makes you isolate. The internet will isolate you from what really matters in life. So, I mean, if you think you're addicted to the internet, you think you're addicted to porn or whatever, it's a good idea to try to help yourself. Take it upon yourself to, change. Because if you don't, you'll end up years down the road and you'll feel horrible. You'll be depressed. You'll be constantly feeling, bad. Even when you wake up in the morning, you'll feel bad because of, you're basically wasting your life. Us humans, we created the internet. We create computers and phones and stuff, but it's not natural. It's artificial. It's man-made. So the more that you appreciate what is actually real, video games aren't real. All video games are is code, that's transferred to an image, to a video image. It's all it is code. Okay. There might be other people in the game that are real people, if it's multiplayer, but the truth of it is you don't accomplish anything but time wasting by, playing video games. You're wasting your time, Um, that's why you always feel depressed, or angry, because if you do bad in a video game, you'll get angry, you'll get real mad, you'll rage quit, you'll be in a bad mood. So you'll either feel depressed or angry at video games, or because of them. So, it's the stereotypical thoughts of, a loner, a gamer, kid that watches porn all day and plays video games and doesn't ever talk to anyone, But that is actually true for a lot of younger people, and it's sad because they are not living to their fullest. So the first thing you could do to become more active, or actually living, is you can get a treadmill. You can start working out or whatever. I know if you're lazy and you're accustomed to being lazy, it'll take a lot of willpower, but you'll get there eventually. So get a treadmill for cheap, or used or whatever. But of course, if you don't want to be stuck inside, you can go walking outside. You can go on a walk around your area. You can get a bicycle. Heck, even riding a motorcycle around for fun is actually healthier than sitting inside playing video games. And when you're by yourself, or when you're not doing anything, you think more. You think about your mistakes, you think about your problems, and you're always feeling bad because your brain, your mind is just thinking whenever you don't want to think. So the more stuff you do outside or with people, go out with an old friend, go out to a movie, or go out to dinner or lunch, or even breakfast. Ask out a girl if you're if you have enough motivation to ask out a girl, you can do that, and boom, you have a girlfriend. It's not as easy as that a lot of times. You'll get rejected a lot, like a lot of times you'll get rejected. Sometimes they'll say they have a boyfriend, sometimes they'll say they're just not interested or whatever, Sometimes they'll say yes, and then they just change their mind all of a sudden whenever you're about to go on a date. That's really nice when that happens. Just kidding. But the truth is that it's harder to be successful in this world than it was years ago, because there's things that'll hinder you in your abilities and you as a person. The internet can be a hindrance, and sometimes it can help, but not very much. You can buy stuff on the internet. You can buy, things, and they be delivered to your door. But a lot of the times you're just wasting your time. So keep that in mind. Even if you're living, a kind of unhealthy lifestyle, maybe you're a chain smoker, or you drink, or something to that, matter. Maybe you're addicted to drugs, If you need help, you gotta first trust yourself to help yourself. You gotta trust yourself to help yourself. You can't ask everyone to help you. People that don't care about you don't want to help you. They don't want to see you do better. They don't want to talk to you. That's why whenever you talk to a girl or an old friend and they never answer you back, it means they don't care about you anymore. If they don't talk back to you, they don't care enough about you, and you should unfriend them. That's just what I think. So, yeah, I mean, the reality of it is this world is tough, and a lot of times people, if they, get hurt in some way, they'll just want to, find their happy spot, or, happy place or whatever, and just be alone for a while. But that can turn into years, and you're not happy after years of isolation. Let me tell you that much. You're not happy after you're just alone for years. Okay? So me, as a person with Asperger's syndrome, sometimes I forget that I have it, and but the truth is, anyone with a disability, life is going to be harder. it's going to be harder. That's the truth. Um, People don't, girls aren't really attracted to guys that have disabilities unless they're really caring and actually have a heart. It's really hard to find a woman in this generation, that's, in her 20s or teens or whatever, that's actually a good woman. And the truth of that is they just don't have any caring in them anymore. They're I don't know. It's like they're brainwashed, just like their parents raised them wrong. I don't know what it is, but the truth is, there are girls that accept cheating as normal because maybe they've been cheated on and they just cheat because they've been cheated on. There's girls that cheat because they couldn't resist, and then there's girls that cheat because they're sex addicts or whatever. Um, but let's not get into that too much because I'm sure no one cares about that. Um, so the internet has flaws, and that's the truth to it. Before, 20 years ago, internet was not widely available. In the 90s is when, those really huge computers came out, and they weren't even capable of doing half the stuff that modern day computers do. The truth is, computers really are just for loners and geeks, and, it's just a way to escape life, but you're not really escaping it. You might think you're escaping life by gaming or constantly watching YouTube, but you're honestly just messing yourself up. You're setting yourself up for failure because we're not here to be on computers all day. You think humans are here to be on computers all day? No. We're here to laugh, be with people, have a husband or a wife or a girlfriend. We're here to, have friends, and, we're not exactly here just to work, but working is, part of it. We have to work. If you don't work, you're homeless, you're a bum, you got to get money somehow. So, if you're a young teenager or, a young adult and you're having trouble, with these problems, you got to realize that you're not the only one that has them, and that there's lots of ways to help yourself, and you just got to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, you're pretty much just setting yourself up to fail. That's the truth. If you don't believe in yourself, you're pretty much just living for no reason. So, yeah, life itself is good, but we're the only ones that make our lives bad are ourselves, because I feel like life goes a certain way depending on how we act or behave, how we talk, act, or behave, or what we do with ourselves. And that's pretty much, simple. Even if you're not religious, you can believe that depending on how you live, you'll feel a certain way, or you'll be better off or worse off, even if you're not religious, So that's the truth to it. But it's harder to live better if you've been living the wrong way for a long time. It's harder to, whatever. It's harder to live. But the truth of it is, there are flaws to the internet, and there is flaws to us humans, and we got to care about each other. We don't just give up and sit in our rooms all day. You gotta care about each other. You gotta try to, be there for each other. And if you don't have any friends, go out and make some. Go out to an event or a concert or something and just start talking. Get drunk if you have to. Just start talking to people. Live better, and watch who you hang out with. Watch who your friends are. If they aren't good for you, and if they're just, bad in any way that you think they're not right for you, you don't have to be friends with them. That's, you don't have to be friends with anyone you don't want to be friends with, My cat is under me right now, rubbing on me, but anyways, that's about it, guys. So again, my microphone on my phone is pretty much shot, so that's why I'm recording it separately. So that's about it, guys. Tell me what you think. Uh, See you later.